Hi everybody, my name is Steve Miller and I'm your professor for gender studies. And I'm really looking forward to delivering this course to you, and I hope you find it really helpful and valuable for yourself, your future career maybe, or just to round out your general experience and your perspective. Now it's probably worth noting right here at the very beginning is this it can be a particularly sensitive course just because of the issues of gender. So just be aware that I will do my best to be open and clear and also respectful from the variation of gender fluidity. And I would hope that you could do your best to do the best that you can to do the same and to learn from the experiences in this content. Now, there are some things that are really going to be important for us to review before we get started. So please, and this is odd, I know, watch this video through to the end. Well, the fact that you're watching it, chances are you're going to, but not everybody watches this video, and it's an important first step. But here we go. Now, for example, you see here that there's a quiz that's available that's listed here on the screen, and it's due no later than the 23rd of September at 5 p.m. Now, it'll be available for you to write the very first day that the course is available. And this particular quiz that you're asked to do is based on this video and your syllabus. So in this video, I'm going to highlight a couple of really important things that you should sort of know to help you get started. You know, things like understanding what does it mean to have an asynchronous class, or where will I find the material in Blackboard? I'm new to Blackboard. Or I've been in Blackboard, but yours looks different than somebody else's that I've had. Where is the stuff that you put? I'm going to demonstrate where everything is in this video. I'll also walk you through where you'll find the syllabus and assignment and journals, tests, where your journals are, the whole kit and caboodle about what's involved in Blackboard for you. So let's begin. This course is asynchronous. Now, asynchronous just means that it's a course that you take at any time of the week, any time of the day, unlike your synchronous courses or in-class courses. So when you get your schedule for your classes, my classes won't be listed there because they're asynchronous. There is not a specific time that we need to be there. Okay? So that just means that it puts a lot of pressure on you in terms of time management. But there are some easier solutions, and I have some strategies to help you out with that. So for the asynchronous class, you've got to set up your own schedule for viewing the videos that I produce, going through your textbook, making notes, working on assignments, and completing your scheduled assignments, journals, and tests. I would highly recommend that you dedicate 3 hours, just the same as your synchronous or in-class classes, and you'll need to use a calendar to organize your semester with what courses have to go where, and what time will I do this, and what time will I do that. Just don't forget to add 3 hours for your gender studies time. Now, before we get into the tour of Blackboard, just to make sure you remember about some ideas about what this course is about, and I'm going to just give you a little heads up about how I will be using the Gender Studies textbook. In the beginning, we're going to be considering and what's involved in the study of what is gender, communication, and how does gender and communication relate, and then culture. How does gender and culture, gender and communication, communication and gender, communication and culture, culture and communication, culture and gender. Okay, we're going to look at how that interacts with one another, and then we'll look in Chapter 2 at some of the research-based foundations for the study of gender development. And then we'll look at a number of different gender development topics. Things that would be included would be some of like, what have the men's movements look like? What have the women's movements look like? How does gender get affected in media, in organizations that we might work for, or in education? How about close relations? We're going to look at all of these. Okay, now let's get into Blackboard and walk our way through and what we're going to be doing. So we're going to walk through some basic information in Blackboard. We're at the entry point. Whenever you log in and click in for gender, this is somewhat what your view will look like. I have a different view, but this is my student view that I have. So there's two places I put everything. You don't have to hunt all over the place for where I put things. They're either in Contact Steve Miller, and that's all it's in there. Everything else for the course, your tests, your assignments, your content is all in Weekly Learning. Okay? We're going to begin with contacting Steve Miller. If I click on this, it brings me to this shell where it walks you through, here I am. Now, there's my email. So that is the email you email me with. When you email me, you must email me with your Georgian account. The Ontario Privacy Commission does not permit us to email to students' private email. That's to provide protection for you and your privacy. So, when you email me, use your Georgian email and use this protocol. Fill in the subject line. You must fill in the subject line. You can put in there whatever you feel you need. I would recommend putting in gender because that fits the third protocol. I need to know what course of mine you're in. And I need to know your first and last name. Now, just so you know, I teach 4 different courses. And I have about 200 students. So I use this protocol to help me know which class you're in, what your name is, and that enables me to answer your question a lot more effectively. Now, for your information, there's no emails that I make on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are days that I make additional videos. Should you want to meet with me through Zoom or WebEx, use the email protocol to email me, and I will put in your email some times and dates that you can meet with me and what your concern or your question is. I will then reply with a confirmation of a time and a date that you've given and a link to the room that you can access at that time and day. And then I can prepare a response to your question or your concerns by virtue of what you've put in your email. Okay, now let's go to the second place I go to a lot, and this is where I put everything else. So we'll go into Weekly Learning, and here we are. Now in Weekly Learning, we're going to begin with the assignment folder. Because in the syllabus and assignment folder is stuff that you must have to begin the semester. All right? So we're going to begin here. Let's open this up. So you have your syllabus right here. That's the PDF of your syllabus. This video, as I've made, is to walk you through some of the important elements about your syllabus that you should pay attention to. That's your assignment, the PDF, as well as a video, and then the journals. I will also, no, that's right, journals, and then your semester planner and course outline. So let's look at these one at a time. Let's open up your syllabus. You just have to click on it, and it will open up your syllabus. And there it is. So, it's reminding you, asynchronous. If you come down here, you'll see the no extensions, and I will highlight that again in a little moment. There's how to access me, and there's your textbook. And if you're wondering, yes, your textbook is required. Now, it's required and it's helpful. One, a lot of content comes out of your textbook, and my videos aren't the whole course. My videos help explain some content in the textbook and might make more sense in that I explain them in a variety of different ways. Now, in addition, when it comes to test time, you'll be able to use your textbook and any notes you've made in your textbook and any notes you make separately. So the textbook is required. Now, if we scroll down a bit, we'll see test 1. See there it says October 3rd at 8 a.m. closes October 7th at 5 p.m. So that's Monday at 8, Friday at 5. Now, please put these dates all in a calendar to help you remember before they are there so that you can make sure you don't miss any of them. Okay? Now, let's close this up. And we'll come down to the assignment. Now the assignment is pretty straightforward, but I'd like you to make sure you read the assignment carefully and watch the video. And if you have questions, please feel free to email me with your specific question that I can help answer, and make sure you use the email protocol. There's your journal. That keeps you informed about what your journals are and what you're expected to do there. Your semester planner. This is just something I've put together that you may find useful to keep track of what's due when, and did you hand it in, and what's the start date in terms of when do you plan on starting to use it. Now there's multiple pages here, so feel free to use it for your entire semester. And then the last document is your course outline. Now it's possible some of you may be planning on taking some additional courses from another post-secondary institution. And if you do so, you may be required, or you may have an option to take a gender studies class, but you've already taken one. If you can get an exemption because of your mark, they will ask you for the course outline so they can compare the two courses to ensure they're equal or equivalent. So you may need this, so if you don't have it, you can't get an exemption. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's go over to the support videos. I've made some support videos just to help. I will reorder these. I want to start at the bottom. The online tips. This is something that I think you're going to find very helpful, especially if you haven't taken online classes before. So take some time and go through this. I've divided this particular video up into 3 parts. The first part is looking at time management issues, and that's an important element about taking online classes. The second part, which is also important, is about how can I strengthen or improve my Wi-Fi or internet connection at home. Now, I can't do anything about that for you. However, if it were to you were to had a drop signal or something during a test, I can't help that. So I want to be able to give you some tips on how you can strengthen that in your own situation. And then the last part of this video is looking at some of the services and supports that are on campus, the ability to help you, student services, the library, and a review quickly over the academic policies. Now, in addition, there's a video here on how to make a PDF document. I've indicated in your assignment that in order to post your assignment, it must be a PDF document. Watch this video if you don't know how to do it. It will walk you through how to do it if you have a PC or a Mac. And this video is just really looking at how to use your phone or your device to create calendar reminders about due dates. It might be something that you're not familiar with doing. This walks you through how to do it. Okay, I wanted to show you now, we'll go back to here, to your announcements. I just wanted to show you quickly. Now this orientation quiz, let's pretend this is test number 1. An announcement will go up like this one, only it will say test number 1, and a link will be here, but it won't be to week 1, it'll be to whatever week the test is in. Like for example, your test 1 is in week 5. So it'll be week 5 and the date and test 1. So if you click this, it takes you right to the test. Click begin and away you go. If I'm in my week 1, well, here I am week 1. I also have my syllabus and assignment folder. I've put it in 2 places for you, so there should be no difficulty finding your syllabus and assignment material. There's your quiz. If I click here, I'm in the same place as I was if I click the link. So it's just a nice little help. Now you notice when you look at your syllabus, there's no content in week 1. So your week 1 is free for you to get this quiz done and get yourself organized, and I hope you do so. But let's go into week 2 for a moment. And this is what a typical content video will look like. Now it might be a little small, so we click. Let's see, it says HD, but I don't know for sure if it's showing up, but let's go to full screen. That looks pretty good on the high definition, but what I would do, just to be sure, click auto 1080p. Now in some cases that will put it into a proper HD, and away you go. Hi. Okay, that's all you need to know in terms of how to operate the video. Okay, let's see. Now, I want to do also one more thing. You have 4 journal entries to make plus 1 assignment. So let's go down to, there we go, week 10. Your assignment journal is where you post your assignment, November 25th. Is that right? It somehow doesn't seem right. No, it's not. I'll change that. It should be November 18 at 5 p.m., no later. If you come in at 5:30 and try to post your assignment, there will be no journal here for you to post. It will be gone. When the dates pass on things, they disappear. So let's go inside. There's your assignment. So I want to open it up. Now, there's only one instruction. Only PDF formatted documents. So how do you do that? You go up to your journal entry. It has a little asterisk here, and it says it's a required field. So you type something in here. And then because you have to post a PDF document, come down to here, browse local file. It's going to open up a dialog box which says go find this PDF file on your computer. When you find your assignment, click on it. It will put it in here, and then you can post the journal. And that's all you need to do. Now, if this was journal 2, 3, 4, or 5, you still have to put a title in, so you could put journal 2, journal 3, but you have to do 3 paragraphs of reflection. Now, I will have a video placed in here and instructions on what to pay attention for in the video. When you do your reflection, you need to do 3 paragraphs, 3 full paragraphs. You can type them in here. Or, if you're more comfortable, you can write them in a Microsoft Word document or a Mac Pages document, and then save it as a PDF. Go browse your local files on your computer, find Journal 2 PDF, and post it. Post a journal entry. That's all you have to do for journals and for your assignment. Now, I really hope that's helpful. I hope that made sense. There's one more thing I want to share and talk about, and that is about the extensions. There are no extensions, except the only way that I can honor and respect extension requests is to come through the disability office in student services, where they will meet with students who have disabilities, review their documentation, and then send out letters of accommodation to all of the faculty that student has. So when I receive one, I will email you letting you know that I've received it and that the accommodations that have been indicated will be provided from the day I received the letter to the day of the end of the semester. All other extension requests must be taken into consideration with the academic policies and responsibilities regarding test taking and extensions and academic integrity. So there will be no extensions without proper adherence to the college's policies and procedures. No exceptions. Okay? Alrighty. I think we're ready to get going. That's been the completion of my orientation and walkthrough, and I hope it's been helpful. I hope you got some insight on how to navigate through Blackboard. And I hope you're looking forward to getting started this semester. All right, so good luck on everything that you're planning, and good luck on this course, and let's get started, everybody. Bye now.